What's up, horror lovers? Welcome back to my channel. Before we jump into today's absolutely spine-chilling story, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell because trust me, the stories I've got coming up will keep you awake for weeks. So guys, I bet a lot of you have moved to different cities for college, right? You've probably stayed in dorms, hostels, or apartments just to be close to your campus and make studying easier. But how would you feel if I told you that somewhere in America, there's a hostel, a campus residence, where once a week, every Saturday night, you literally cannot sleep. You have to stay awake all night. And if you don't stay awake that one night, well, you'll be forced to stay awake for the remaining 6 days of the week. And trust me, you won't be the one keeping yourself awake. Something else will be doing that for you. Nobody understands this better than Ryan. Ryan was a student who moved to Boston to complete his remaining studies, and this terrifying incident happened to him. Guys, I won't mention the exact name of this hostel, but it's located in the Back Bay area of Boston. Literally, these stories have ruined so many people's sleep. If you haven't heard this story before, now it's your turn. This story starts with Ryan, who was originally from a small town in New Hampshire. He had gotten really excellent grades and decided to transfer to Boston for better opportunities. When he arrived in Boston, he found this amazing college, and his parents could see that Ryan was super motivated about starting at this new school. They were living in Back Bay, and right in that area, they found a great college where they got Ryan admitted. Ryan was incredibly excited. New college, new place, new friends to make. He was absolutely pumped about this fresh start. It was his first day, and Ryan and his parents went to the college, paid the fees, and then they took him to the hostel and dropped him off there. Ryan walked into the hostel, went to the reception desk, and gave them his room number. The receptionist looked at him for a moment, kind of staring, then opened a drawer, pulled out a key, and handed it to Ryan. As Ryan was walking toward his room, the receptionist called out from behind, "Ryan, wait a second, come here. Since you're new here, I'm telling you this. Don't leave your room on Saturday nights. Don't even step outside your room door." Ryan walked back to the receptionist and asked, "What's the reason for that?" The receptionist said, "I don't know. I can't tell you the reason." Ryan pressed, "There has to be some reason." The receptionist replied, "There's something here that nobody can explain to you. You'll have to experience it yourself. Just remember, after midnight on Saturday, you cannot leave your room. After Saturday night passes, like after midnight, then you can come out. But not before midnight on Saturday." Ryan thought to himself, maybe she's just messing with me, trying to scare me or waste my time. I should focus on my college and studies, not pay attention to this nonsense. Ryan walked to his room, went inside, unpacked his stuff, and saw there was already another guy there. The guy said, "Hey, my name's David. I've been living here for months." Ryan introduced himself. "Hi, I'm Ryan, and I guess I'll be your roommate from now on." They sat down and had a good conversation about which colleges they were from, because this wasn't a college-specific hostel. It was a separate hostel where students from different colleges lived. David asked, "Did the receptionist ask you any weird questions or tell you anything strange?" Ryan replied, "Yeah, she was saying something about Saturday, not to go out on Saturdays." David said, "Exactly. She told me the same thing when I first got here, that there's something about Saturday or that you can't leave your room on Saturday. I don't know what it is." Ryan said, "Yeah, I don't know either. I'm really curious about it, but I guess we'll only find out when Saturday actually comes." Saturday had arrived. Everything was completely normal. It was Ryan's first day at college too, and it was just an introduction day. Everyone was introducing themselves, saying who they were and which cities they came from. There was this guy from Boston who invited Ryan, "Hey, since it's your first day, let's party a little tonight." Ryan agreed, and he completely ignored everything the receptionist had told him about not going out on Saturday nights. That evening, Ryan left the hostel with his friends. He didn't drink alcohol, but he still went to the club to have fun. He was enjoying himself with everyone, and all of a sudden he realized it was 2 a.m. The hostel curfew was supposed to be 11 p.m., and he was already 3 hours late. "I don't know if the hostel will even be open, if the gates will be open," Ryan thought. He quickly called an Uber and rushed back to the hostel in Back Bay. When he arrived, he saw that the hostel gates were already open, but when he looked toward the reception, nobody was there. It was completely silent, pitch black. As he was walking inside with very quiet footsteps, there was nobody around. Here was a hostel where it was still early in the night, and there was absolutely nobody around. There was this long hallway like a corridor, completely empty. Not a soul in sight, complete silence. He walked through the corridor toward the stairs and was climbing up very quietly so nobody would know he was coming in late. Suddenly, from the floor above, he heard the sound of ankle bells, the kind women wear on their feet. Ryan froze right there on the stairs. He thought, ankle bells in a guy's hostel? Obviously, no guy is going to be wearing ankle bells. How could there be a woman here? As soon as he climbed up the stairs, he peeked around the corner of the wall very carefully. After peeking, he saw that there was a woman walking down the corridor. She was wearing a red dress, had long flowing hair, and was carrying a lit candle in her hand that provided the only light in that corridor. That's all he could see. But now he was really scared because he had been told not to go out on Saturday nights. He started going back down the stairs very quietly, step by step. After coming down to the first floor, he noticed that the sound of ankle bells was getting closer, like someone was running toward him. He turned around to look, but nobody was there. Just darkness, complete black darkness. He thought, maybe the receptionist said all this stuff, and I talked to David about it yesterday too. So all this is just stuck in my head. Maybe I should just get out of here and go to my room. As soon as he took his first step toward his room, his entire body went cold. Because of the sudden cold, Ryan started shivering uncontrollably. He was hugging himself with both arms. As Ryan was taking these small, careful steps, at that very moment, a voice came from behind him. It's my time to be outside now. Ryan was completely frozen. Who is this? A woman in a guy's hostel, and now this woman is standing right behind me. Maybe this is just my imagination. As soon as he turned around to look, she was standing right in front of him. The same long black hair, the lit candle in her hand, and the red dress. Even though the candlelight was quite bright, he still couldn't see the woman's face at all. It was a very scary scene. The whole situation felt extremely dangerous. Seeing her, he got really panicked and tried to run, but he fell right there. As soon as he fell, the woman started coming closer to him. This woman didn't seem like an ordinary woman at all. There was a bad smell coming from her body. It felt like something was very wrong, like complete despair had taken over, and on top of that, she seemed really, really angry. Ryan now realized that whatever this thing was in front of him, it wasn't alive. He screamed so loudly that every door on that floor opened up. Everyone came out of their rooms and saw Ryan lying on the floor in a half-dead state, completely unconscious. A lot of time passed and Ryan finally opened his eyes. He saw that many people from his hostel were around him. David was there too, and the receptionist, who was an elderly lady, had also come out in the middle of the night. She asked, "What happened here?" Ryan said, "Never mind all that. Where's the woman in the red dress?" The receptionist said, "I told you, son, don't go out on Saturday. Whether it's day, afternoon, evening, or night. That thing can appear anytime." Ryan asked, "But who is she? Who is this person we're all so scared of in our own hostel?" The receptionist explained, "Many years ago, there used to be a receptionist who worked here named Sarah. On the day of her engagement party, a massive fire broke out in this hostel. It spread everywhere. She came here to save everyone, and she was wearing the red dress from her engagement party. The same red dress she was supposed to wear to her ceremony. She was getting all the students out of here safely, and in that process the fire caught onto her body too. Many people tried to help save her, but her body was consumed by the flames right there. Even today, it's said that on Saturday, the day of the week when she died, she roams through all the corridors and hallways of this hostel with that fire that killed her. She wanders through every corridor, trying to save everyone, making sure all the students stay in their rooms, that nobody goes outside, because this time, she won't be able to save them." Guys, hearing this, everyone actually felt a lot of sympathy for that ghost. The students were definitely scared of that entity, but mostly they felt like, We just won't go out on Saturday nights, because until now, nobody knows if she's ever actually hurt anyone. It seems like she tries to keep the students inside to protect them. But what would happen if some students stayed outside for too long and she found them? Because we don't know what she would have done to Ryan if everyone hadn't opened their doors and saved him. This is a very 50-50 possibility. According to all the history so far, she's never hurt anyone. But what might happen in the future? Nobody knows. That's why everyone in this hostel has to stay alert. And guys, before this video ends, I want to tell you one more thing. There are many places in our country that are known to be haunted houses where people know there are spirits, demons, ghosts, or supernatural entities living there. But people still choose to live in those houses because sometimes these entities aren't that dangerous. They're friendly ghosts. But guys, when you can't even trust humans completely, how can you trust ghosts? You absolutely cannot. You need to stay alert around them. This hostel in Boston is genuinely haunted. Guys, I want to recommend another Boston story, the story of Danvers State Hospital, which is an abandoned mental hospital. That story is absolutely incredible. You can click on the link I'll put here and watch that whole story too. Also guys, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Stay alert out there. Thanks for watching.